So after spending almost $250,000 on Facebook ads in the last 2 years, what have I learned? Well, you're in luck, because in this guide, I'm going to run you through a step-by-step guide of exactly how I would set up a new Facebook campaign. And in this example, I'm going to use the hair extension niche. As we dive in, you have your Facebook page, of course. You want to go to your ads manager. So make sure that you have your Facebook pixel set up. If you don't have that set up already, Google how to do it, or we will run a video on that in the future. Make sure that your credit card details are all up to date as well, and make sure that your business and ads manager are all up to date and ready to go. Before we dive in, here's a couple of examples of clients that I've worked with, that I'm currently working with at the moment. So in the last 30 days, we've spent $6,600 with this client, and we've generated almost 14,000 landing page reviews. So 14,000 people have clicked through to the website of this client. Here's another one where we ran a different type of ad campaign. This was for a company in the construction niche that was looking for leads directly on Facebook, which we call a Facebook lead campaign. So you can see that this client spent around $5.89 to achieve each lead, and then spent $714 for 131 new leads. So as you can see, an average of about $5.50 per qualified lead, and the average job for this client was around $4,000 to $5,000. Okay, and back to our ads manager. So this is what you'll see in your ad manager information. As I said, make sure that your pixel is updated, your credit card information is updated, and all of your business information is updated. One good thing that I like to suggest as well is that when you are running campaigns along Facebook, make sure that you have a couple of days or at least a week or so's worth of updated content posted across your Facebook page. So if you're running ads and the last time you posted on Facebook was 3 years ago, it gives a little bit of a weird impression to your people who are naturally going to look at your Facebook page to qualify you as a business. So as we come through, you'll see the button on here, which is the create button. Click on that. You have all of these campaign objectives. Now, the only ones that I really use are traffic, and in the other client's case that generated the leads was the leads ad. So traffic is when you want to push people towards your website. Engagement is when you want to get them to engage on the ad, leave likes, make comments. And then leads is when you want to generate a pop-up that comes up directly on Facebook without taking you to another website, where people can input their information, name, phone number, email, in order to get you to contact them back. So it's the same as like a normal ad that you would see in Facebook, except you leave your information directly on Facebook instead of clicking through to a website. So 9 times out of 10, when I'm just running a campaign, an ad campaign for a client that doesn't necessarily sell products on their website, but sells a service, I will use the traffic campaign. In this case, you might want to do the same thing too. So here's the information that comes up. So you've got your campaign name. So for me, I like to use what's called a naming convention. When I'm working with clients, I might have 10 or 15 ads running at one time. So how do I know what ad is what? So in this case, I'm going to target, let's say it's a video ad that I'm running. I'm running a 10% off special, and I'm running it for Queensland only. And then I'm using copy one. So I'm using one type of video. I'm offering a 10% off special. I'm targeting Queensland, and I'm using copy. I'm using text. That's just one type of text at the moment. So I might have 2 or 3 different types of copy. So I know that that's copy one, video one. We're looking at our campaign details. Honestly, you can name this however you like, whatever's easiest for you. It might be like, 10% off special October, let's say. That could be yours. And then under your campaign details, you're running an auction, and then you are using a traffic campaign. So don't worry about editing any of that. The A/B testing and advanced campaign budget, don't worry about that. That's more advanced as we get later on down the line. And then in here, maybe that's what you want to do. You might want to do video 1, QLD, text 1. That way you're using a particular type of video, you're targeting Queensland, you're using one particular type of text. Because what you'll do, as I said, you'll run multiple campaigns at once often. So what we want to do here is we want to maximize the number of clicks. I find that when you click on landing page views, it dramatically increases the cost every time someone clicks and goes through, whereas I feel like this is a little bit of a cheat code. You get a cheaper click. And then cost per result. So if you're really stuck, you can enter information that you only want to spend 20 cents per lead or 20 cents per click. But in the initial stages of setting up your ad, leave this information blank. Excuse me. Dynamic creative, I don't worry about that at all. Your daily budget. Now, so for a standard daily budget, you would start anywhere between $10 to $20 a day. And I would let that ad run for a maximum of 5 days, a minimum of 3 days, because that's enough time to allow Facebook to give you the data you need to know if you need to change something. And when I change an ad that doesn't work, I only change one element. So in this case, you might just change the video that's used, or you might just change the offer you use, or you might just change the text. Rerun it and then see how that increases your clicks or your engagement, and then you change the next element. Because if you go changing 10 different things on an ad, you don't know what works. Because ultimately what you want to do is you want to have multiple ads running at the same time, where you might have 2 ads that use the same copy, that use the same offer, but they both have different images. One has an image of balayage, another one has an image of a hair getting cut, or another image might be the outside of the hairdresser, another image might be the inside of the hairdresser of the team standing around and smiling. You want to see what ad performs the best over those 5 days, cut the one that isn't performing, and put that budget into the ad that is performing, and then scale that accordingly. And another tip is start the ad the next day, because if you're starting this at 5:52 in the afternoon, like the time is that I'm recording now, Facebook will spend your budget within the next 4 or 5 hours. I want to start it on a fresh day when my budget is spread evenly over the course of the day, because you can get deeper into Facebook and see what times people click on things. I just want to keep things very broad and just run it throughout the course of the day. And then you can set an end date if you want. So if we have 5 days from now, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want to stop it at 12 a.m. next Friday, and that way if I forget about it, my ad isn't running, and if it's not performing very well, I'm not spending money that I don't need to spend. All right, so we come down and we can look at some of our information. So where are we targeting? Are you a local SMB with a brick and mortar and you only operate on the Gold Coast, for example? Then you only want to target people on the Gold Coast. And then perhaps you want to target people a little bit further around in Brisbane. And then what I like to do is I will extend the reach. So I'm targeting as much geographical area as possible within that. But if you're a business that sells goods or services that targets to Australia, then by all means, lock in Australia and do that entire place. So if you look at Australia, it tells you the population that you can reach here. For your $10 a day that we're running, it shows you get between 73 and to 210 link clicks on the high end of the spectrum, and you're targeting between 1,500 to 4,500 people. Now, if we just take that down to the Gold Coast and Brisbane, we get a more targeted area, especially if we're going to blow these up. And then now we're targeting between 2.8 to 3.3 million people, 52 to 149 clicks, 1.1 to 3,000 people is how many people our ad will reach. So we look at our minimum age. That comes down to you and understanding your demographic or your avatar and how much money, what age they start at. So for this, it might be 22, but that would then influence the audience size that we can reach. And then what you want to come down here is, as well, you want to come down and you want to look at your interests. So what you can do is you can look at people that are interested in hair. So type in hair products. And then what you can also do, you can click on suggestions, and then it gives you all the other types of beauty salons, hair, long hair, shampoo, beauty. I don't know, like it might be like Rimmel Cosmetics, or think about things that are similar to the people that you are targeting. People who like makeup, for example, may also like hair extensions or hair products. People who like hair products might like hair extensions, for example. So that's our key thing, hair extensions. And then we can click suggest from that. and then it would give us more people who like wigs, lace wigs, Revlon, hair care, beauty salons. So go through and target between 5 and 10 typically, but you want to make sure that it's super specific towards what you're advertising. You can see here that it's changed now our audience to 1.1 to 1.2 million people. So still a very good number of people. I try and advertise at least to a minimum of 500,000 people. And then what you can do is you can go and reach people beyond your detailed targeting selections when it's likely to improve performance. You can turn that on, and that will increase your audience size as well. It might dilute the people that are clicking on your links, but that way it gives you a little bit more data. And then what you can save that audience for another time. So you can go through and save that and call that hair extensions audience GC and Brisbane. Targeted between 22 and 65 who like hair products, Rimmel hair extensions, or hair care. And that way, when I run an ad in the future, I can just bring that audience straight up in the used saved audiences, or I can go through and create new audiences. As you can see, it pops up. So we're going to use that one. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to use this one. Here we go. Perfect. Excellent. So as we go through, we click next. Partnership ad, we don't want to touch that. We want to look at the page that we are targeting. So let's say it's me this time, the SMB marketer. Instagram page, I don't have one set up at the moment that's connected to this burner account. But what you can do is you can go through and you can click connect account. And then what will happen is that Facebook will advertise across your Facebook account and your Instagram account. If you have an Instagram account, I recommend that you do both because you're spreading the net, casting the net even further. And then as you dive into the data that Facebook gives you, you can see where more people are clicking from. So if more people are clicking from the Facebook ad, and you feel like you're getting a wasted budget on Instagram, just chop Instagram and put your budget into Facebook, or vice versa. Or alternatively, if you want to be a Jedi Master, look at how you can target Facebook in one way and how you can target Instagram in one way, because Instagram might like videos a little bit more, or the people on Facebook that you target might like images a little bit more. So we're going to go to manual upload. Catalog only occurs when you have products in your Facebook store. 100% of the time, I only use manual upload. Now, you've got 3 groups of what you can choose for a format. A collection, again, is like a collection of products. I don't use that at all. I only use single image or video and carousel. So your single image is just that. It's just a single square image that you will see in an ad, or a video, of course, is just that, a video. Now, I find absolutely 15 to 20 second videos are the highest converting videos of any, or highest converting ads of any client that I've ever worked with. So I always encourage people to try and film something on their phone. It could be something very simple. It could be, look at user generated content, like influencer generated content. That's oftentimes just done on a phone. If you've got a client testimonial or someone using your product, or a basic walkthrough of your business, or talking to someone on camera, use that and chop that into a 15 or 20 second video and use that as your ad. If not, use a very nice high quality ad. In saying that, I did work with a client in the construction industry before, and it was quite a rough phone image of them installing stone on a benchtop, which converted very, very well, which was that lead ad that I showed you a moment ago. So you've got to test, but the high quality images you have, particularly if you sell products, you want nice high quality images, not Gumtree, Facebook Marketplace style images. And carousel is when you see a single ad, but it has multiple images. So you swipe right and it's got multiple images. So you might, in this case, you might have a really beautiful image of balayage. The next image over, it shows you the products that were used to achieve that balayage. The next image after that is then a bob haircut or a freshly dyed hair, and then the next image after that is the product being the toner or the dye that they used in that bob. So in this case, we're just going to use a single image or video. So let's have a look at our media. You can either add your video, add your image. So in this case, we're going to use this balayage hair extension image. We can do something like this. This is for the right-hand side of your Facebook ad profile if you're looking on a PC. This is across like Facebook stories, reels, apps, and sites. And this is your Facebook feed or in-stream videos and reels and search results. Next, Facebook will give you some recommendations on how it would like to optimize some of the images. So in this case, it might make the image a little bit brighter. It might create a 3D animation like this, where the image zooms in or zooms out on your ad. It may play music in the background, so you have your static image and then it has music playing in the background. I do like that because it captures the audible element of someone's brain, but you want to make sure that you go through and that you are looking at the sound or the song that is being used so it makes sense. You don't want country music playing or something very odd, opera or reggae or something that's playing when it's not really relevant. You want it to be quite inspirational and funky to make people feel upbeat and associate that happy music with your brand. So you can choose what you want to use there and then hit done. And it will show you what optimizations it has done there as well. So you've got your primary text, your headline, and your description. I only deal with the primary text and headline. Now, David Ogilvy, who's one of the best copywriters of all time, said that you will spend 80% of your budget on the headline. Why is that? Because that's where the primary focus of your ad reader goes, is on your headline. That is your main value proposition. 10% off all extensions for the month of October. Hurry now, only 5 days left of our October hair extension 10% off sale. So let's get back into this. So the headline is 10% off all extensions in October. Oop. Let's just go down here so we can actually see this. Go www.hairextensions.com.au. We'll get to this part in just a minute, just so we can see it. And then your primary text. Now, what I also like to do, which is a little bit sort of different in some of the ads that I run, is I go through and you can go to Google and you can type in Facebook emoji, so EMOJI. And what you'll come up with is a Pilia app, which is something like, which is like Facebook emojis. That's exactly what it is. So I have found that by using emojis in the text that I use, it's just that one last little bit that captures the attention. Because when you look at a lot of ads, not a great deal of people use emojis. And for myself, as I said, after spending $250,000 on ads, I find some of the best performing ads that I've used use a combination of videos and emojis in the text. Because naturally, people are inquisitive to see what a red, bright stop sign looks like. Instinctively, we know what a stop sign is. It knows to stop and to read the ad. If you're a renovator, it could be something completely different. If you're a woman, maybe it might be a woman with a bob. Maybe it might be something like some scissors, or maybe if you, as I said, if you're a renovator, it's a toolbox or it's a hammer. So in this case, we're just going to use a stop sign. Ladies of the GC. So you are writing directly to your avatar. For the month of October, get your exclusive 10% off all hair extensions offer when you mention this ad. So a great way to track the effectiveness of an ad is, of course, looking at your Google Analytics. But if you're a brick and mortar, you want people to come in and say, hey, I saw your Facebook ad, and you can make a mark of that to know the effectiveness on your ad. If you sell hair extensions for $500 a pop and you spend $100 on an ad and you get 3-4 people that come through and walk in or contact you about those extensions, you spend $100 and you made $2,000. That's a 20-to-1 ratio of every time you spend $100, you expect to get 5 people that come through. You might only book one of those, but that's still a 1-to-5 ratio. If you can close one of those clients for $500 and you spend $100 on ads, that's a 1-to-5 ratio of dollars spent to dollars earned. So it's quite important to track those metrics. Limited time only, available to the first 50 ladies, first 50 customers only. Hurry. Ends October October 31. Now you can play with this. So you might have this ad and this text and this heading, but in the ad that you run separately to this, you might say, ladies of the GC, is your hair looking a little tired? Want to make it look fuller and more lush for that special event coming into Christmas? Maybe, you could say something like, ladies of the GC, want to improve your hair or thicken up your hair for that upcoming Christmas party. So you can make it seasonal and like, yeah, damn, I actually do need to get my hair done before I go to this Christmas party and want to, make out with John, who I've been flirting with all year. So hurry, ends October 31. Click get offer now to claim your exclusive 10% discount. Perfect. So you've got your major headline here, 10% all limited time only. October for a limited time. There we go. So 10% off all extensions for a limited time. So within your headline, you've put in your main value proposition, you've added in a little bit of scarcity. And I find that when I'm writing things within my ad, if you can offer F equals scarcity, a promotion or a product that's only available for the next 2 weeks, it's a limited flavor, it's a limited drop, it's only available for the next 2 weeks, there's only 50 of the item left. Talk about something that's going to pique interest and entice people to make an action now. You don't want to just say, established in 2012, we are the leading supplier of hair extensions across Australia with 50,000 women served. No, you don't want to do that. You want to get people in right now, make them act now so you get their money and you get them in as soon as possible. And then description, don't worry about that. So what you can do is you can go down here and you can click on get promotion, get offer, download now, contact us, keep it exciting, get offer. Click, hello, I want my hair extensions. Next, make sure that they're going through to the right website. You can add a call button on this. I don't really track this too much myself, but you can definitely add the call extension on there if you want to have them be able to call you from the ad as well, which might be convenient if you have to mention this offer and book yourself in for a hair appointment. Languages, you can translate that if you want to translate and target different ethnicities or different languages. And then website events, you want to ensure that you have a pixel that is active. And again, you would have to Google how to set up a Facebook pixel, but every time someone engages with your ad, Facebook captures that profile information so you can target them in the future with follow-up ads. Now, this ad is very simple, but we can start doing things in the future, which are called a lookalike audience or a custom audience. If you have a list of client emails that you've generated over the life of your business, you can upload that to Facebook and tell Facebook to target people similar to people who are using that email or that address to create their own Facebook account. Or you can create a custom audience, which is everybody that's visited your website over the last 6 months. Or it could be a lookalike audience of everyone who's gone to your website, and you tell Facebook to target those types of people who are similar to the people that look at your website. So that's very advanced strategies, which really can increase the success rate of your ad because it's a much, much warmer audience as you send them down the funnel. But in the meantime, this is very easy to just set this up, let it run for 4 to 5 days, test it, and then again, maybe you want to have this image and then just change the headline. 10% off all extensions, limited time only, or hurry, 10% off all extensions, offer ends in 3 days. And then you would run another ad with the same headline, the same image, but maybe the text changes. And then you run another ad where maybe the image changes. So you can see over the course of the 4 or 5 days what ad performs the best, cut the ones that don't, take the loss, and then find out where it is that you need to improve your ad so you can target those people more efficiently and make the most of the dollars that you spend. And that's it. Hit click publish and away you go. So that's it. That's a very quick run through of how to set up high converting, profitable Facebook ads for as little as $10 a day. Start with your traffic ad campaigns. Make sure you emphasize your great image. Use video if you can. A great unique selling proposition in your headline. Good copy. Speak to the people that you know best who are your ideal customers. Think about all the questions that you get asked, and maybe you could use that text to answer some of the questions. Yes, we're open between this time. Yes, we're open across the Christmas holidays. Yes, we offer Rimmel London. Yes, we offer Hairlux, whatever the brand is called, and make sure that it answers all your clients' questions without being too long of a text or too boring type of ad. I hope you enjoyed that. I would love to know what you think below. What have you used that has worked for you? Should we expand upon this series and offer a little bit more on how to set up pixels, how to run high converting, more advanced ads? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you, and cheers to your Facebook ad success.